Christian McCaffrey is a 49er. He's a Niner now. And he was traded last night from the Carolina Panthers. The Niners trade away a second-round pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, a third-round pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, a fourth-round pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, as well as a fifth-round pick in the 2024 NFL Draft. They traded away 4 picks, 3 in next year's draft, for Christian McCaffrey, who's making $690,000 this year, $11.8 next year, $11.8 the year after, and then $12 million. This is a long-term play by the 49ers. This is not a rental. They will have Christian McCaffrey for the next 3 years.
Clearly, he's got to stay healthy, and we all agree. Okay, we all agree. He's got to stay healthy. In terms of talent, Bonta, does he have Hall of Fame-worthy talent?
Absolutely.
Okay. What did it cost for the Niners to move up and go get Jerry Rice in the draft?
Don't remember.
Okay.
They moved up to 16, though.
What did it cost for them to go acquire Steve Young?
Do not remember.
Exactly. What about Fred Dean in 1981, which really tilted the scales and changed their defense?
Do not remember and do not care.
Exactly. I can go right down the list and go to all the years that they made shrewd trades. How many fans know what they traded for Trent Williams?
No idea.
No.
What was it, a third-round pick?
Yeah, and you know who else had injury concerns before he came to the Niners?
Trent Williams.
Yeah, he missed an entire year because of a brain injury and a skull fracture, right? Yes, I get it. There's risk. You know how I live my life, B? Is that it's calculated risks. And this is a calculated risk. I am willing to part with basically a second-round pick and a bunch of nothing. I'm willing to do that for a guy this talented. And if he bowls out, no one will ever reference the compensation ever. You know why? Because he's so damn spectacular that you guarantee yourself opportunities to make others better, as well as him being a dynamic player for you.
And these windows in the NFL don't stay open for long.
Thank you.
They don't stay open for long. You never know when a guy may get hurt. You never know when things just don't go your way. And right now, this core, I have no idea how long they're going to be together. Shanahan, Kittle, Armstead, Trent Williams. He's getting up there. He's getting long in the tooth. Jimmy Garoppolo, hell, this is his last ride. This is his last ride. I would love, and I'll say this right now. I know a lot of people think I hate Jimmy Garoppolo. I would love for him to be in Glendale, Arizona, hoisting that Lombardi, saying thank you. Because you know what? Jimmy will be eating for free here forever, and he'd be like, you know what? Jimmy was a damn good Niner, and I'm finally glad he gets his respect. I will be happy for Shanahan and all of a sudden say, you know what? I've been waiting on a running back like this. This is what I wanted in Jerick McKinnon. 100%. And this is why I never get the argument that, like, you don't need running backs. You don't need to overpay running backs. You could just have running backs run this and that. You need explode. Like, now defenses, when they look at Jeff Wilson Jr., you saw the Falcons. They're like, not really worried about Jeff Wilson Jr.
No.
He may get his. We're not really worried about him blowing his game up.
Now you got a little thunder and lightning.
Now you got thunder and lightning. And Christian McCaffrey's a guy who can flip a game into play.
Yeah, exactly. On a team that needs that. Right now, what's the biggest knock on the Niners?
No team speed.
And no dynamic playmaking. Like, we have one guy who has to break 50 tackles because why? Everywhere he goes on the field right now, he's dwarfed by players. He's got 6-7 guys surrounding him at all times in Deebo Samuel. You take the pressure off of this guy. Now teams are going to have to figure out who are we going to hyper-focus on.
You go 8 in the box against Christian McCaffrey, now Deebo and Ayuk are going to be like, ooh. Kittle's going to be like, ooh, one-on-ones all day long. Good luck guarding Ayuk one-on-one. Good luck guarding Kittle one-on-one. And now you get Christian McCaffrey where you have to pay attention to him. Whether it's in the flat, and Jimmy Garoppolo dumps it off to him, he's the type of guy. How many teams do we see, and these plays stack up? It don't mean much. Like, a lot of people don't pay attention to him, but how many plays stack up where running back gets the ball, he gets you 8-9 yards. All of a sudden, you set up 2nd and 1. All of a sudden, the running back gets 7-6 yards. All of a sudden, it's 3rd and 1. That's what you want to do, the down and distance for the 49ers. How many times do we see them in 2nd and 9, 3rd and 11, 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9? You get a guy like McCaffrey, he eats up yards.
And you could split him out wide and use him in the slot left and right. You can use him out of the backfield. We all know. Let me ask you this. Just running backs in the NFC. You got Saquon. You got McCaffrey. Who else? Aaron Jones? Aaron Jones, look at the numbers. I got him in fantasy. Right. He's not touching the ball.
Aaron Rodgers.
Appropriately.
Right.
He's not touching it appropriately, and I like him.
Leonard Fournette's having a big year for Tampa.
Would Leonard Fournette right now, if the Bucs said we could flip out those dudes, they're taking McCaffrey.
They're taking McCaffrey.
No doubt. I like Leonard Floyd.
Fournette's balling though.
No,
Production
he is. I like him.
Production's there.
But that's what I'm saying. Let's look at the NFC right now. Now let's look at their weaponry as a whole. Who has better weapons across the board than the 49ers right now? I'm asking.
Eagles have an argument. I don't want to sleep on them.
I'll take McCaffrey over Miles Sanders.
Yeah, no doubt. But they have A.J. Brown and they have Devontae Smith.
He's a stud. And
they have Dallas Goedert.
I was just going to say that.
So I'm not going to scoff at them.
No.
I'm not. They have one.
So that's one team. That's one team.
But you're in a conversation with the best team in the NFC, and that's what it's about. The Dallas Cowboys, CeeDee Lamb, special. Darren Schultz has been hurt at tight end. Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard's good.
I like Zeke, though. But yes, you're appropriately correct. And they're a playmaker away. They feel a playmaker away as well.
And they're going to be in on Odell Beckham Jr. Let's go back out to the lines, man. Let's go to the consultant in Walnut Creek. Consultant. He only calls when it's big shows, man.
I can't wait for it.
Consultant, what's happening?
Oh, man, I am so fired up.
Let's go.
Look, two things that came to my mind when I heard this. Well, actually 100 things did, but here's two things that I don't think anyone's touched on today. Actually, Joe, I think you may have touched on it, but I was just thinking about how everything works out, right? And Trey Lance may not play another snap. I hope he does for us, of course. I think he's going to be balling. But it's because we traded for Trey Lance that we got C-Mac. Because we would have never had the salary cap room with a $25 million.
Thank you.
A $25 million quarterback under roster, right? That trade sets this thing up. When you go bold,
thank you.
When you go big, good things happen, and it sets you up in ways you never even imagined things happening because you set yourself up right. That was one thought. I'm like, thank you.
Consultant, I'll let you finish. One second. I'll let you finish. For people that are out there, Jimmy was on a $25 million deal. When they traded for Trey Lance, that force, and obviously he had the surgery, that allowed them to restructure their deal, and they got both of the quarterbacks underneath whatever the original number was for Jimmy Garoppolo, thus creating more room for Christian McCaffrey. You're 100% correct. Keep going.
And, man, one of my favorite non-Niner players of all time, Terrell Davis. And I was thinking back, I'm like, who else won a Super Bowl with a pretty good quarterback, an average quarterback at that time?
Yes.
At that time, we all know John Wall was a bowler, but at that time, who won with a superstar quarterback and went all the way twice in a row? Mr. Mike Shanahan, right? It's got to be this guy's dad. I'm sure he's been thinking about this forever. He's been thinking about, wow, look at what my dad did with a superstar running back. He came from a running back tree of coaches. I can't imagine what this guy's going to do with C-Mac, man. This guy is going to be grinning ear for ear. Let's go. It's going to be Niners. Why one Super Bowl? Let's get quest for 6, 7, and 8. Let's do this.
Good call, consultant. And this is why all season long I'm saying, can I get my Derrick Henry?
I know.
Can I get my Saquon Barkley? For years. And, I don't like the devaluation of running backs. I don't like it at all.
Well, I don't believe in it.
I don't believe in it at all.
Especially when you get into December and January and February.
You need to run the ball.
Exactly.
And I need toughness, and I need dynamic guys who can run the ball.
Take Mixon off Joe Burrow's team and ask me how good they are.
Exactly. Josh Jacobs and the Raiders.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You look at the Rams. They ran hard with Cam Akers and Darrell Henderson Jr. last year. Ran hard.
Tannehill's success as a quarterback is directly linked to Derrick Henry.
Exactly.
Come on.
Exactly.
Even Green Bay, what's their rejuvenation under LaFleur? It's them running the ball more.
A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones. Why do you think the Buffalo Bills went out and drafted James Cook? Because they're not quite happy with Singletary.
Exactly.
They're not quite happy with Zach
and
Moss.
And they were in on this.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
You want to give Josh Allen another weapon?
So they're hoping James Cook could become their McCaffrey.
Yes.
Maybe at least in the passing game. Having a dynamic running back, I don't get why people score. And the thing is with the Niners, if you watched them over the last few years, you had a guy Juszczyk coming out of the backfield. Mostert ran. He caught the ball a little bit. What is Mostert's signature plays? Signature plays came on the first game of the season in 2020 when he ran the Texas route against Isaiah Simmons for 90 yards.
Yeah.
And by the way, Isaiah Simmons had a pick six yesterday. Yeah. He's looking good in Arizona. But give me a running back who can catch the ball and do multiple things. He could be diverse.
If you were one of those people that was reluctant about starting Trey Lance because you had a win-now roster, how are you not excited today? How are you not excited? If you have a win-now roster, this is the kind of player that helps you win now more. I mean, this is a no-brainer for me. And B, I think we have someone on the line who's very excited.
Yeah, I can guess who this is before we get back out to the lines. It's Bonta and Shasky. What up, Pops?
Hey, good morning, fellas. How you guys doing this morning? This is a beautiful Friday morning in the San Francisco Bay Area.
How excited are you for Christian McCaffrey? Come on, I know you love this guy.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? When I was on a group test and I go, oh, it's something about the Grateful Dead, Dark Orchestra, and I go, oh my God, I don't want to get in. And then I look about an hour later and it's about McCaffrey, and I go, oh my God, I waited an hour to get on here. I go, I can't believe it. And then, so I'm thinking about the trade, and Joe, you mentioned it just a couple minutes ago. the 49ers haven't made a trade midseason since they picked up Fred Dean. And what a turnaround that was that year to pick him up. And a couple things I want to mention. If we can get Trent back and Nicky back this week, are you kidding me? And then I think that McCaffrey, the way he puts hits on a defensive back, reminds Debo. Those two guys are going to be going at it.
Yeah, they are.
Teammating on each other. Are you kidding me?
Well,
and to have the weapons that we're going to have now, it's going to free up everybody. And then just think about next year we get Trey, and then he's going to have that dump down to McCaffrey. Are you kidding me? This is the best time for the 49ers. And this weekend, I can't wait to go, Joe.
I know.
Well, here's the
And my
thing.
brother.
Here's the thing, too. The narrative about Lynch and company not being bold. In 2019, they recognized they were a wide receiver
They got
away.
Jimmy.
They a wide receiver away in 2019. They go trade for Emmanuel Sanders.
Yes.
And everybody kind of laughed at it, but Emmanuel Sanders taught Debo a lot, taught
worked
Kendrick
out.
Bourne a lot.
He was good.
And it worked out, and you're a couple plays away from winning Super Bowl 54. They made the trade for D Ford. They made the trade for Jimmy Garoppolo. We know about the trade up for Trey Lance. They made the trade for Jordan Willis. They made the trade for Amenahu. This regime has been bold, Pops. They have made money moves. Now let's hope this one pans out.
Hey, so going back, how many guys' fathers played in the NFL, and they were actually almost as good, if not better, than their fathers?
Yeah.
You can't count too many guys on that
That's a
table.
good point.
Yeah,
And Ed McCaffrey, going back real quick, Ed McCaffrey, one of the all-time, everybody loved that guy as a
He was a
player.
baller.
Everybody loved that guy.
Good.
I'm just so excited.
He was
I'm
an
so
absolute
excited.
stud.
What? The speed, Pops. The speed of McCaffrey on the
My
outside.
God, the funny thing was this year we had 4 guys in running back, and then now we're down to 2 maybe, and then we pick up this guy. Are you talking about? This is a game changer for the 49ers this year. Total game changer.
I love it.
Total game changer.
Have a good one. I'll talk to you later.
All right, guys.
All right, Pops. All right, Pops.
He's so
Look,
excited.